Good evening, all. So we'll start in another 2 minutes. Just we'll wait for 2 minutes till people are joining. Just give me 2 minutes. Yes, good evening. So happy to see the crowd, 96 people. So how are you all? So I'm seeing many of the known names only. So is anyone attending for the first time today? Can I see your thumbs up? Azmat, Ashwini, Rabbani Sheikh. So so many new people are there. Okay, fine. So if you are attending for the first time, welcome to EsPharma Education webinar series on Drugs Inspector. So this is a series of webinars we are doing, especially in benefit of drug inspector aspirants. So this is not like a commercial activity kind of thing. This is absolutely free. Anyone can attend, and it's purely benefit of the students. If you see the speakers from the day one, from the webinar one, we initiated with Ramkishan sir. Of course, before Ramkishan sir, we had plenty of webinars with all other speakers. But when we started with the help of Koteshwar sir and Ramkishan sir, the spike is so high. So we could able to reach across the India. People are there across the India, and we got almost 4,000 registrations, where attendees 1,000 on Cisco WebEx and some 2,000 online viewers in the YouTube stream. So then we conducted a webinar with Sunita Joshi, who is our alumni student and working as a Central Drugs Inspector for Medical Devices, Bangalore, CDSU. And third webinar we conducted with Mr. Shivadeva. So with the help of IPA team, we have conducted that. It's a very fantastic session, very interactive with everyone. And I hope many of the queries got resolved, and people got much of awareness about the exam. And today we have Mr. Krishna, so, who is a young dynamic drugs inspector working for New Delhi Drugs Control Department. And he is very much passionate about the teaching. So he is to take some classes for the offline students when he passed out from Naipur Mohali. So out of his passion, he came and said that, sir, I want to take classes. So Jyoti madam has spoken to him, and we have given some offline classes also. And he is one of the reason for us to get good ranks in 2019, 2020 GPAT. Of course, we are honored and blessed to get this kind of faculty who are very much happy to share their knowledge with all the people. So again, today he said that, okay, I'll take the session, especially for the benefit of students who are writing exam on this August 19. So these webinars are for those people. And rest of the people who wait for this notification, they will be still waiting for that. And we started a batch for the Central Drugs Inspector from this August 5th. Actually, the first class is on 5th. and we got almost some 40 plus students are there. We are going with the flow, but it's not so fast as the notification is delayed. So we are moving in a pace. So if you have not yet joined in the drugs inspector batch, I suggest and request everyone, please don't wait for the notification. Please do join as early as possible. Then this is one point from my side. And if you want to talk to us anything related to your maybe doubts related to notification or your fee payments, materials, you can always just we are one message away from you people. You can WhatsApp us. Jyoti madam is there, myself and Anusha. So for the benefit of new attendees today, just I would like to share my screen and I'll take just 5 minutes. Then I'll hand over session to Mr. Krishna. Yeah. So if you're attending for the first time, so we are EsPharma education here. I think you can see my screen here, right? So we are EsPharma education. We give support for in all terms of this is our product basket, starting with the PG entrance exams, government pharmacy exams, international pharmacist exams. And of course, pharma IT, we are not doing so active now, but we have plans of extending our services into this also. We are in search of the best corporate team. And my suggestion to all my students or whoever is attending here, if you are well versed and have passionate teaching about this pharma IT courses, you are welcome to join with us. Done. So this is our journey. We started in 2010 with the name of Formula Academy with group of Sniper Alumni Hyderabad Association. I mean, not association, group of friends, alumni students. So they came to us, they supported us starting of this Formula Academy. Later we changed the name into Yes Farm Education in 2015. And from then onwards, myself and Dr. Jyotishi, we both are taking care of this with the team of other people. So these are some of the results we got in 2021 NIPER and GPAT. The best thing in this slide is that we got All India rank 4 by NIPER. I mean, one of our student, Indraja, from ANU to NIPER Mohali. It's a long jump. So whoever is GPAT student is there in this group. Again, this year onwards, our focus will be much on GPAT as well. Last year, somehow because of the busy schedule related to Drug Inspector Telangana, we couldn't able to focus much. But this year, maybe this August 15, we'll start it like a fresh batch and we'll be focusing on, even though we get some 30, 40 students also, doesn't matter for us. We'll make sure that all those 40 will qualify for this GPAT 2024. That is our agenda. We have kept it for the next 1 year. So these are the ranks in 2022, very recent. Here, Sai Kinera from Geetanjali College, she got All India rank 152 in GPAT and somewhere around some two-digit rank in NIPER, but I have not compiled the NIPER ranks here. And this is the recent result of GPAT 2023. Of course, as I said, we have not focused much on GPAT, but whoever has joined with us, very limited people has joined with us, but at the same time, we got very good result with them. So this is one of my favorite quote. There will not be any presentation without this quote. So wherever I go, wherever I talk to people, this is what I emphasize every point to them. There will not be any kind of accidents in your life. Everything what you have created, what you have thought in the past, it is your reflection of your future. That is what I strongly believe. Of course, some accidents will be there which are not there in our hands, but 90% of the things, whatever is happening right now, it is because of your past actions. So I have decided and I have realized this point in 2010 itself, and I have decided to create my future. And today I'm here at the same point. Where I want to be after 10 years, I'm at the same place. And where I want to be after 10 years, today I have my picture in my mind. So to every student, it may be drug inspector aspirant, it may be GPAT aspirant. If you decide today and if you keep a target of at least 1 year, by next year, you will be in a position, you will be in a dream job, you will be in your NIPER, you will be in your GPAT, very good college, whatever it may be, but that requires little efforts from your side. That little efforts may not be solely from your side. People will be there to push you from behind as well. We have a team of extremely good people who are passionate about the pharmacy. And I want to give an interesting update about yesterday meeting. We went to a meeting called IDMA, which is Indian Drug Manufacturers Association. We are nothing, I mean, not at all related to that meeting. That meeting is for all the manufacturers across the Andhra and Telangana. And Ramakishan sir and Director General Drug Control Telangana, Kamal Hassan Reddy sir. Those two are the keynotes chief guest speakers there. So somehow Ramakishan sir invited us, myself and Dr. Jyotish. So we went there, we sat in the meeting. So the meeting is going on. We are not understanding what is happening there. Just I'll show the pic and I'll show at the end. So we are not understanding what is happening there. Those manufacturers are there raising their concerns. Ramakishan sir is giving their his replies. But one thing I understood is that there is so much of shortage of manpower in the drug control from the regulatory side. There is so much of shortage from the industry as well. I repeat my statement. There is so much of shortage of manpower in the regulatory side. That means from the government side. There is so much of shortage from the industry as well. So people are hiring BSc, MSc, organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, all those chemistry streams from the degree. The reason is that they're unable to pay high salaries for the B Farm and D Farm or maybe Farm D, all those guys. The reason is the manufacturing cost is going up. In between, this DPCO has come in between, and NPPA is there, National Pricing Authority, this Drug Pricing Control Authority. All things are happening in the drug control industry. So what I'm trying to say simply to you people is that there is so much scope in terms of government jobs in coming future. Why? Because they have a rapid expansion of drug control departments across the India. 20 people work చేయాల్సిన చోట 8 people are working right now. This is what the stat I got from yesterday Ramkishan sir's speech. So they are putting a lot of pressure from their side also to Government of India, Minister of Health, to recruit as many people as possible. But let's hope for the best what may happen in future. And if you are planning any kind of manufacturing industry from your side, the rate of getting approvals, maybe permissions, drug licenses, all those things, they gonna be very easy in the future coming time. The reason is that assurance sir has given to all the people there. So altogether, my point with this slide is that if you want to become a good entrepreneur, this is the time. The next 2 to 5 years, India will grow very rapidly. As you all know, after this corona, India is called as this pharmacy of world. So having 148 crores of people, but from the regulatory side, only 2000 people are working. So there is a huge gap of industry, huge gap of from the production side as well. Okay, so I don't want to give much jnana here, but one thing is sure, there will be a lot of vacancies in future. If you can prepare now, you can plan your future from now onwards. Either you can become a best entrepreneur in going to manufacturing industry or maybe going to marketing field, especially related to pharma. Or if you have decided to become a government pharmacist or maybe state or central DI, this is the time. No, sir, I want to go for the only clinical related jobs or maybe pharma IT jobs. That is also good thing, but we are not sure the security of the job. This is what the common concern I have seen from many of the people. So this slide I have already shown to you. It's a number of times, and you can watch the same thing in the YouTube streaming, whatever we kept in the last webinars. So demand is there from the people, but I can't give you the guarantee when the notification will release. Even the government of India cannot give the guarantee when they will recruit. Suddenly the notification will come. Suddenly the recruitment will happen. One of the maybe best thing for the students who are writing exam on this August 19, I'm surprised at least 50% of my crowd, they doesn't know about this notification. The notification released in 2022. The exam date is over. Application date is over. They got the admit cards. They are writing the exam on this August 19. But still now people are asking me when is the last date for the exam, when this notification has come. So ye kind of people are there in our network. So for those people, we are cautioning and warning from the days ahead of the notification. So please do take your decision as early as possible. And these are some of the key points from the last webinar of Ramkishan sir, or maybe Sunita Joshi, or maybe Shivadeva sir, and maybe even today Krishna also may throw some light on these points as well. So whoever tells the things, the policy will be the same. Get clarity on your career. Get clarity on your preparation. Get clarity on your future. That's it. So this is what the recent pick yesterday we have taken with Ramkishan sir. I became like a fan to him. The knowledge what he has in his brain is like a literally encyclopedia of complete drug control. Whenever he is addressing all the manufacturers there, he is quoting some schedule there, he is quoting some regulatory point there, he is quoting some another point. You will be surprised. He has told the definition of drug also there for the benefit of the audience there. So when he has read his B Farm and when he has become drug inspector, the forensic pharmacy, everything he has remembered all the points. Another good news from our side is that, as we already told, that we'll be publishing a book with the help of Ramkishan sir. Even Jyoti madam has started that assignment from yesterday onwards. And maybe if everything goes well, we'll be launching it very soon in the Feb of 2024. We are waiting for that. And madam is working on that vigorously. So that book focus mainly will be on the drugs inspectors for the next coming 2-3 years recruitments and all. So I'm really honored and privileged to meet sir and get his guidance. Maybe the experience is awesome. That's it. I can't say, I mean, it will be like a more exaggerated kind of thing, but I really became fan to him. Whoever speaks to him, maybe on the first webinar you heard to his speech webinar, his level is like this. He spoke to you all at the level of syllabus, preparation plan, some motivation, all those things. But yesterday when he interacted with all the Indian drug manufacturers, his level is like this. So based on the audience crowd, he is changing his speech, he is changing his mind, he is changing his content, everything. But I wish definitely this kind of mentor everyone should have. So seeing is believing. Everything is possible in this world. Only thing is that we need to see the achievers and we need to follow them and we need to believe in yourself. That's it. So if you ask us why EsPharma, it was told many times, we are doing the best. I always tell to my students, if you are struggling at some place, take a break. Take a break for some time, but come back as strong as possible. There is no excuses in life. If you are not performing, underperforming, don't do that task. People will say that if you keep on doing, you will learn from the mistakes. Again, you will do the mistakes. But my policy is that take completely break from the world. Don't talk to any people for the next 6 months. Take a break for 1 year. Work on yourself, but come back as strong as possible. This happened with the same EsPharma education, where we have struggled like anything in 2015, 16, 17. After we got result from what we call Sunita Joshi, Hima Naik, all those people, then we have worked on ourselves and we came back strong from this 2021 and we are doing number one, I can say. I can proudly say that EsPharma education is doing the number one service to the students. As I said, online stream classes for the 6 months. These are all the batch details. Anyway, I'll be sending with all the details in the mail itself once the session is over. So with this, I welcome Mr. Krishna. So I'm really so proud and happy to see his progress. I'm not sure about his recruitment, but when he is recruited, there is only one vacancy in the drugs control department. And he's the only guy who got selected for that post. Correct me, Krishna, if I'm wrong, but that is what the information I know. I mean, in 2019, that when you recruited for the drugs control department. So with this, please make it an interactive kind of session. So ask any kind of doubts. If you are a Telugu person, you are so lucky. He is from Telugu background as well. So మీకు ఏ doubts ఉన్నా కానీ please do ask valid questions, not like salary, daily routine, all those things. So you ask him valid questions. Why? Because he's the right person to give every information related to the drug control. Thank you, Krishna. Over to you.
So good evening, everyone. Hello, good evening, everyone. So hope everyone is doing good, and I'm glad to be here. So for this, I'm thanking Dr. Jyoti and Mr. Umar Shankar for inviting me to here. for interacting with the students. So it's been a couple of years where I have not, interacted with the students. So in this regard, I want to thank Dr. Jyoti and Uma Shankar to have given me opportunity to, interact with the students. Thank you, Dr. Jyoti and Mr. Uma Shankar, for inviting me here. Right. Once again, good evening, everyone. So let's begin with our session, right? As the motive or aim of the webinar. So shall I explain you, yeah, how you wanted me to explain? So shall I give any brief note by noting down, or you want me to give orally? So whichever you feel the comfort. So I'll move accordingly, right? So how you wanted me to interact? So with your PowerPoint. So I don't believe in PowerPoint that for the interactive session. So PowerPoint, it is like so I make PowerPoint according to that, I keep reading going on, right? I don't want like that. So but for this, what I do, I'll share my screen, and I'll make you to note. So Dr. Jyoti has given some points to discuss, right? So accordingly I'll move, right? Once again, I'm sharing screen. So hope the screen is visible to you. Am I visible? Am I visible first? Am I visible? Shall I share my
Now
screen?
you are visible.
Yeah, yeah, madam. Is my screen visible, madam?
Not it.
Madam, is it visible now?
Yes, yes, it is visible. Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, is it visible, right? So I'm switching off my camera, so you may not see me, but whenever you feel doubt, or if you want to any ask questions, so you can note it down, and we can interact later on, right? So first, this is about the exam people who are going to attempting on the 19th of August, right? So I'll discuss on that first. So what is the structure of the exam? Earlier, when I have appeared for the examination in the 2019, so there was a online MCQ pattern. That online MCQ pattern, that is whatever you write the exam in the MCQ and in the system, online system, right? And for this time, it is right, it is OMR based question, right? OMR. So you will be provided with the one OMR, and you have to bubble the answers whichever you feel the right one, right? So you should bubble accurately. So if the circle is like this, you should fill all the circle, right? So with this, you should bubble with every point. You should not leave any point in the circle. If you leave any point, so that system will not consider. So the bubbling will be evaluated by the systems, right? Systems, devices, not the human beings. So that's why you should not leave any circle. So with the even minimal of bubbling. So you should bubble the full of the circle, right? So then only the device can recognize your answer, and it will evaluate. Okay, so it will be considered whether you have given the answer which you have given in the OMR sheet. So when coming to the exam pattern, MCQ pattern. So in notification, they had told that there are 150 MCQs are there. 150 MCQs, and each questions are having of 2 marks. Each question carries 2 marks, right? So the ultimately the questions and the paper which is you are going to give, right, that is about the 300 marks, right? That is about 300 marks. And now whatever the question you make wrong, or if you bubble wrong, right, so there is a 0.33 marks will be deducted. 0.33 marks will be deducted. 0.33 marks means for every 3 answers, right, every 3 wrong answers you will be deducted 1 mark. This is the criteria which is being followed by the UPSC right now, and this is valid for this examination, right? So this is about the marking system. And now how you will be qualified for the examination. There is a criteria which is given by the UPSC in the notification, in the for downloading of your admit cards. In that they have mentioned that in this examination the general category people should gain the 50% of the marks. General people have to get the 50% of the marks, and OBC people have to obtain the 45% of the marks, and reserved category people like SC, ST, right? These people have to obtain the 40% of the marks, and there is a physically challenged people, right? So these people have to obtain the 40% of the marks. Here, the OBC, the category OBC should be belong to the Delhi, right? The category OBC should be belong to the Delhi. This was the amendment which was happened in this notification. Earlier, it was not there. So this OBC people should be belong to the Delhi, and they will be recruited under the OBC category. Rest of people would not recruited under the OBC category. If people are from the Telangana, or if people are from the Andhra, or any rest of states apart from the Delhi, they will be recruited, right? They will be recruited under the general category. General category. So apart from general category, there is a there is economical weaker sections also there. They also supposed to obtain 50% of the marks. So if it is 300 marks, 50% is 150, and rest you can calculate according to this percentage, right? So this is about the marking system and qualifying system. Earlier, for the interview, they have not released the exact marking system and cutoff system earlier, right? So earlier they have only given the names, right? Only published the names, and for every one seat, or for every one post, they have released, or they have selected 4 candidates, right? So it is 1:4, right? For one post, for every one post, they have published 4 names for the each post, right? So there were 7 posts were there at in our notification. 7 post means it is about 7 posts. Among 7 posts which is under the court case. So somebody might have appealed in the court. There might be any miscommunication, or maybe having any misperception, or the whatever the UPSC has been given the notification may be the wrong, so may not be accepted by the someone else. So they have appealed in the court for this one post. And there is one more post, which is the Bengali DI who has selected for the drug inspector in this examination. I'm talking about the 2019 examination, DI examination, UPSC. So one guy has not, joined the organization, our organization. So this 25 post plus one post for the PWD is belong to the Drug Control Department, Delhi. This is only purely recruited for the Drug Control Department, Delhi. So what do you mean, Delhi and the CDSU? See, Delhi is like a state. It is a union territory, right? It is a union territory, and here the regulation whichever being carried out in the other states, the same regulation will be applicable in the Delhi. Why? Because Delhi is a jurisdiction where the every drug inspector who is recruited under Delhi Drug Control Department, which is meant for the or doing enforcement activity, whatever the jurisdiction which is there, it is only purely in the Delhi, only purely in the Delhi. The CDSU is completely different, and I will tell you. I'll tell you what is the functions of CDSU and what is the functions of Delhi Drug Control Department or other states which are whichever who is carried recruited by the other state people. Clear? Let me take for the Delhi first. See the hierarchy which I am talking about, which is somewhat similar to the CDSU, right? So here is the hierarchy. The drug inspector which is recruited under section I'm writing here U/S, means it is under section 21 of Drug and Cosmetic Act, which is read with the rules. So you may not require this. Read with the rules means this is about the qualification. Read with the rules. Read with the rules means under sections are different. Sections are mentioned in the Drug and Cosmetic Act, and rules are mentioned in the drug rules or drug and cosmetic rules 1945, whichever the rules has been published in the year of 1945, where the sections has been published in the 1940. Clear? So read with the rule 49, rule 49, right? So after the DI, there is a boss for DI, right? So every office, if you are working under them, so you might be having reporting to the your boss. So DA has to report the right whichever the work has been done by the drug inspector, he or she will report to the assistant drugs controller who is recruited under the or who is appointed under rule 59 sub rule 1, 59 sub rule 1, and the qualification of the assistant drugs controller which is given in the read with the rule 49A, rule 49A. And after the assistant drugs controller, so who the license, this assistant drug controller can act as the licensing authority. So what do you mean by the licensing authority? See, if what happens if anybody applies the license in the in their state in Delhi. So if anybody applies the license in the Delhi state, right? So DI will go into the field and he will check the whether that premises or whether that shop is complying with the as per the rules or not. See, retail license, I'm talking about the same retail licenses, the premises of the firm. The premises means the shop which license to be obtaining the license of the shop, it has to be 10 square meter. 10 square meter means the area, the carpet area, the drugs which are going to get accommodated, right? The drugs which are going to get accommodated in that area, it should be 10 square meter. Okay, if suppose a person who is obtaining a wholesale licenses, the person has to provide the 10 square meter of area. Clear? This is about the retail and wholesale. So what about a person who want to obtain the drug licenses, where in single premises he wants to obtain or she wants to obtain retail along with the wholesale licenses? The person has to provide the drug licenses. The drug person who is want to obtaining the licenses for retail as well as wholesale together, the area supposed to be provided by the concerned firm or proprietor or the director, right, or partner. They have to provide the area of 15 square meter. Clear? This is about the area which need to be provided, right? So this is about the licensing authority. Here the drug inspector will inspect whatever the compliances to be checked by the drug inspector, and he will put the report to the licensing authority or assistant drugs controller, and he will read and he will issue the license. He will issue the license, right? He will issue the license. Clear? So as of now, madam, is this clear for you? Can you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, Krishna, it's clear.
So I'll tell you hierarchy, and then I'll go to the examination point of view. So this is somewhat కొంచెం ఉండిపోయిందండి. So I'll cover rest of the things now. So after completion of my hierarchy, which I am explaining here, right? So who is the ADC, whom ADC to be informed or to be reported? The assistant drug controller has to be, he is the reporting person to the controlling authority. Controlling authority. The controlling authority may be DDC, Deputy Drugs Controller, and the controlling authority may be drugs controller if he is a technical person. So need not to remember, just remember DDC. So he will be the controlling authority. If 3 DDC or feeder post, that is about the service, that is about the service matter. So I will not go in depth. So the role, the front hero is only whole and soul drug inspector. These people are behind the screen, and this guy, the drug inspector, is in front of the screen, right? So drug inspector will appear in the picture, whereas these people will not be appear in the picture, right? Because ADC can be act as a licensing authority, DDC also can act as a licensing authority for some cases, and he also can regulate all the people. So till now you might have understand about this. Then DDC, if many DDCs are there, right? So they will be reporting to the drugs control of that state. This is the hierarchy which is there in the Delhi, and I will also tell you. So these hierarchies are also present in the till here DDC. Till here it is also present in the CDSU, and this after this deputy drugs controller will be reporting to the joint drugs controller India, right? Till DI, ADC, controlling authority or DDC are there in the CDSU also, in other states also. In case of in the CDSU I'm talking about, there is joint drugs controller India, who is acting as a boss for the all the people, right? After the joint drugs controller, so joint drugs controller post is permanent, but there is a boss for all of these people, that is drugs controller general of India would be acts as a licensing authority for all the manufacturing amendment activities takes place in the Drug and Cosmetic Act. So as per the recommendation of the Drug Consultative Committee, Technical Advisory Board, DTAB, whosoever the recommends that act to be amended, though these people will give the recommendation to the DCGI, and after his approval, this will go to the Parliament, and they will accept the amendment and they will publish in the Gazette notifications. Every year you may see the Gazette notification which come across in the WhatsApp groups. That is called amendment of the act, amendment of the medical devices rules, or amendment of the cosmetic rules. Cosmetic rules has been again enforced in the 2020, and the new bill is going to be passed, but it has not cleared by the cabinet authority. So it is under pending. That is a medical device and cosmetics act 2022 is to be going to publish, but this amendment bill not yet cleared by the cabinet authority. So it is under pursuance of that concerned authority. So this is about the hierarchy which are there in the CDSU as well as in the states. You may see the directors, assistant directors, joint drug controller. So this is the hierarchy which is to be followed as per the Drug and Cosmetic Act. These people not been recruited normally. These people will be notified as a gazetted officer in the every section. If suppose drug inspector to be as a act as a gazetted officer, that means the drug inspector will be notified under the section 21 of Drug and Cosmetic Act. And if the assistant drug controller should act as a right, so as a gazetted officer for licensing authority, he should be notified under the Rule 59, Sub Rule 1 of Drug and Cosmetic Act, and rules made there under, right? And suppose controlling authority to be act as a gazetted officer, that means he can be act as a controlling authority. The controlling authority, it should be notified in the Rule 50. Rule 50, and the qualification of the controlling authority which has been given, that is read with Rule 50A. This is about the hierarchy which has been given in the Drug and Cosmetic Act, right? So I want to cover a bit about the examination. See, as earlier I already told you about the 150 MCQs, 300 marks. Each MCQ is going to, the plus marks, or the marks which is you need to obtain, right? The marks which is accorded for each right answers will be 2 marks, right? Which is 2 marks. And now here the time limit which is given to you here is 2 hours. 2 hours. Now see how the examination pattern will be. See, you might have heard, or you might have given the paper of Niper, right? Paper of Niper. So I'm bit no, I want to take some water. So if you allow me, I'll take water, right? Just give me a minute. Am I audible? Madam, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
See, you can, what is the difficulty of examination? What is the difficulty of examination? See, here, every question is carrying about the 2 marks, and you are providing about the 2 hours. 2 hours means 120 minutes. Now you can imagine how the question paper would be. The question paper will be very easy, and one-line answers, one-liners, direct questions, direct MCQ. That means what is the short acting depolarizing muscle relaxant? So what is the answer? What is the long acting or shorter acting depolarizing blocker? What is the answer? It is a shorter acting means succinylcholine or succinylcholine, and longer acting is decamethonium, right? So likewise, the questions will be given to you, and in this MCQs, most of the questions, I'm talking about most of the questions every year I'm analyzing. So I have also gone through the 2017 question paper, 2017 or 16 question paper, right? 2016 and 17 question paper, drug inspector question paper. So madam, uh, are you any hearing, voice which is about, which is any noisy voice, or no noisy voice apart from me, apart from my voice?
All,
Hello?
no, Krishna, all are on mute.
Thank you, thank you. Since I have switched the AC, that is a bit noisy. So sorry. So I asked. See, I have gone through the 2016 or 17 question paper. I also gone through the 2019 question paper. In this question paper, most of the questions, the most of the weightage has been given to the pharmacology. In pharmacology, mostly classification, right? And mechanism of actions, uses, adverse actions, adverse effects, right? Contraindications, right? And ring structures, right? So these are the point of area where the questions being framed, right, for the drug inspector examination. This is not like aptitude examination which have been attempted, the GPAT examination. GPAT examination is very lengthy questions you will observe over there, but here you will be no observing of any lengthy question since the time is 2 hours. 2 hours. So in 120 minutes, will you finish the 150 questions? Right. So this is somewhat that we need to observe, right, to be interpreted by us, and keeping these points in mind, and then you act accordingly, prepare accordingly, right? This is about the pharmacology. And the second weightage which is provided or which is given to the pharmaceutics. Pharmaceutics, you already know the dosage forms or technology, the technological subject, right? You should be thorough with all this. And next weightage which is given to the cognosy, next analysis, next biochemistry, right? So these are the main subjects which you need to be thorough with, right? Now, minor subjects, BPPK, there are 3 questions I have observed. Biopharmaceutics, pharmacokinetics. There are only 3 questions I have observed from the biopharmaceutics, pharmacokinetics, which is linked with the pharmacology, and they have, given in the 2019 examination. And in chemistry, if I talk about chemistry, the point of questions which is to be framed, right? Here, nomenclature and named reactions, right? Named reactions. And here, the most of the weightage which is given in the chemistry is about the stereochemistry. right? Stereochemistry. See, this chemistry will be asked. If I talk about the medicinal chemistry, that medicinal chemistry would be linked with the pharmacology in the form of ring structures. See, medicinal chemistry is purely about the research purpose. It is not about the, in the, it will be, so it will be not asked mostly it will be not asked in the examination point of view as MCQ, since it is only research oriented subject. See, in the chemistry nomenclature, named reactions, stereochemistry, and if you want to study the medicinal chemistry, you study the ring structures. Ring structures. This is very important area for the medicinal chemistry, which is mostly questions being framed from this area, right? Next, about the biochemistry, there is cholesterol synthesis pathway, there is purine synthesis pathway, de novo pathway, and there is novo pathway, right? So purine synthesis, that is right. And there are, in case of in the microbiology, micro it is mostly asking about the staining techniques and the disease. I'm talking about staining techniques, as well as it is in micro there are also asking about the mostly asking about the disease and causative agent, causing or causative agent, or the pathogen disease and pathogen. And in the micro there is a brief introduction about the bacteria, virus, fungus, and the pathogens for the hepatitis B, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis B and hepatitis C, and the pathogen structure and the pathogen functions about the HIV-1, HIV-2, and there is herpes simplex virus, right? Herpes simplex virus, and there is cytomegalovirus, and there is a rubella virus and rhabdovirus. So these are viruses which are frequently asked in the examination. And in micro you also need to study about the communicable diseases. So communicable diseases may be the preventive medicine, or social medicine, social preventive medicine, right? So in that, the questions are asking about the programs. They are not focusing much, but communicable diseases, they are asking most. This is about the question asked where the point of areas, or which are important areas which you need to be studied. So if I ask a question that which is the staining agent or staining mechanism for the, there is mycobacteria, right? So that is TB and leprotic bacteria. These bacteria, the staining method is carbalfuchsin, or there is a that is also one scientist name. So that is asked mostly here. So these are the key areas where the questions are being framed for the examination purpose. Madam, if it is fine, shall I move to other topic?
Yes, Krishna. Yes.
So I have covered how to prepare for the drug inspector examination here. So these are the key areas which you need to be studied for. So you might have gone through many of people might have given the state Telangana state examination, drug inspector examination. In that, they have asked, they have interpreted aptitude based questions, mostly aptitude based questions, right? So the most questions are very horrible to answer, but when you are thorough with the subject point of view, that is very easier for you to attempt such questions, right? So some people who have not attempted may see the question paper which is given for the drug inspector examination in Telangana. See, coming to the salary perspective, in every state they are having their own pay commission, and every state they are having every pay commission, every respective pay commission of concerned state. Now the pay commission which is, I'm talking about the center which is extended towards the Delhi also, which is extended towards the Delhi also. Delhi is a union territory where whenever the order which is being issued by government of India, right? That is extended towards the union territory Delhi. That is also applicable. If the order has been published from the government of India, right? That order also extended towards the Delhi state. That is union territory. See, here the pay is level 8. Level 8, matrix level 8. This is the level for the drug inspector which is given here. Drug inspector examination, it is a purely group B examination. The drug control department is a investigation agency. Investigation agency. Investigation agency, or we can say regulating agency for the drug trafficking, right? The drug inspector is recruited and which is paid as per the level 8, which is about the 47,600 rupees, which is the basic pay in the first DI. Whenever the fresher who enters into the, or who recruited as a drug inspector, along with the basic pay, they also give you the rental allowances, that is home rental allowances, HRA. They also give you the dearness allowances, right? It will be come across, right? It will be collectively, it is reflected as 65,000 to 67,000. This is the starting salary which is given by the center, given for the central drug inspector or state drug inspector who is recruited in the Delhi. For this post, for the 25 plus 1 post, this is purely belong to the Delhi. So the pay commission will pay you this much of salary when you join for first time, right? So I hope your salary maybe you may be clear with the salary which is provided to the drug inspector, right? So every year, every 6 months, there is a DA increment, maybe 3 to 4% in this. Since I have joined, I got 3 to 4% of on the basic pay, 3 to 4% on the basic pay. Clear? And there is also 3% of increment per year. So around you will get 9%, 7 to 9% every year. This is the salary structure for every year, which is credited in the account of drug inspector. This is about the salary structure, right, for the drug inspector. Clear? Madam, is this clear? Shall I move to the next point? See, I'll show you. My screen is visible, right? See, the notification which has been, for the downloading of admit card, here the addendum has been provided by the UPSC drug inspector for the Delhi Drug Control Department. See, whatever the syllabus which you see here, syllabus which you see here, right? The syllabus of the test here. See, whatever the syllabus which has been provided here is, it is not the main syllabus. It is not the main syllabus. This is the additional syllabus which you need to study. This is the additional syllabus. I'm talking about the apart from the pharmacy syllabus. Suppose if I talk about the your 10th one, Drugs and Cosmetic Act with rules respect to the clinical trial, manufacture, sale, import drugs, medical devices, and cosmetics. So these kind of points which has been listed here, it is purely it is additional syllabus, purely additional syllabus. So as of now, they have not given much questions from these areas. When I have studied, so these syllabus pattern I have not followed. I have purely followed the this syllabus. I have purely followed this syllabus. But I have gone through the jurisprudence along with the some schedules. In schedule M will be covered, and in the schedule A, schedule A, there is forms will be covered. In schedule M, there is M for allopathy. Schedule M, right? Schedule M for allopathy. There is M2 for M1, I think. So M2 for cosmetic or how? I think M1. I'm having a bit confusion since I'm not holding any manufacturing unit, so it is not useful for me for now. As of now, I don't follow these schedules, so I only follow. You check once. M1, I think allopathy. M1 is for homeo. Once you check, M2 for cosmetics, and M3 for it is a new subject. It is newly amended. It is for medical devices. I think this is the pattern. So I'm not sure about this. Just once you go through it, right? In the Drug and Cosmetic Act. So this is about the pay, and here in the forms they will be definitely asking two questions. In forms they will be definitely asking two questions. Sure, that is sure. Two questions will be asked. From the schedule point of view, schedules they will be asked one question. Surely they will ask one question. Clear? Okay. The next point which I'm taking up here. See, purely now I'll talk about I think I have completed most of the points. Am I correct, madam?
Krishna, we'll be having more of students are posting their queries in the chat box.
Surely,
Yes,
I'll take up the queries later. So let me finish whatever the points you have been provided me, right?
Sure.
So let me finish this. I think most of the points I have covered.
Yes,
whatever the points you have given, madam. So let's coming to the attempting of paper. People get nervous. Now I come back from the screen. Is my video audible, madam?
Yes.
How can I stop sharing my screen? How can I stop, madam? For sharing screen.
See, there will be stop sharing. Yeah, you have stop sharing option at the top.
Oh, top.
Stop sharing at the top.
If I don't see any options, madam. If you find anything,
I can see you in your screen. There is a stop sharing with in red color. I'll just a
If
moment.
you,
I'll
madam,
keep-
if you have control, you can stop it.
No, you will be having the control. Just I'll show you, I'll share you the.
Yeah, please. Okay. My option is here different. Okay,
Yes.
I have stopped. There is a broadcast option.
Yes.
Which I need to deselect. Yes, in coming to the attempting of examination, here you will be provided a 150 MCQ, right? So 150 MCQ, just note down. See, if you feel that whatever the question which you see in the question papers, right, you attempt as many as you can, right? First point, as many as you can. If you are familiar with the question, see, there will be no time for checking later. Whatever the question you feel right, just put the right marks in the question paper. Don't go directly to the bubbling. If you see the question, if you see the question, bubble, that takes more time. That is consuming of more time. So what I feel, when I have appeared for most of examinations. So by experience, I am suggesting you not to do the seeing question and putting bubbling answer. That is not the best practice which I feel, right? So my suggestion to you people to just see the question paper, because you get a question paper in that means in the hard copy, right? In the hard copy. So I suggest you to first, whichever the question that you feel that is right answer, just tick the right answer, then go with the next question, third, fourth. So likewise, you keep the right ticks on the answer. Use your pencil while ticking. While ticking, use the pencil. And later, if you want to change, you'll be having option by rubbing. But don't do most of rubbing with the rubbers and changing the answers. If you are not clarity from your side, don't mark that question, right? Don't bubble the question, right? If you bubble the question, so you know that there is 0.33 marks will be deducted from the gaining marks. So I suggest you to just tick the whatever the right answer that you feel, and start the bubbling after ticking the rights. Don't go whichever the question you left. మీరు ఏదైతే క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్సర్ చేయలేదనుకుంటారో, don't think of that question. Just go to the, after ticking all the question, whichever the question that you feel that is not answer, or if you are not triggering, if the answer is not triggering in your mind, just leave it and go to directly bubbling after ticking the questions. Now start the bubbling, bubble correctly, clearly, fastly, right? So then start bubbling. After starting the bubbling, finish your bubbling. If there is spare time to you, just look at about the whatever the questions that you left which you have not answered. Then you start thinking about that, then you attempt, right? Then also you take, and if you feel that question answers are right, then you start bubbling again. Or if you want to recheck, you can recheck. So the best point I'm suggesting you to not attempt the question until unless you know the 70% of answer probability. If the question is there and if you know the 50, right, don't attempt that. Don't attempt that. I'm telling you, don't attempt, since you are having the negative marks. So somebody make a best score than you. So then what is the use of attempting? So I suggest not to sit on one question and not to bubble, seeing the question paper and bubbling. See, once you taking the question on questions of answers, right, then you start bubbling. And again, I'm telling you, if you know the answer probability of a question, then you think about if it is 70% of probability, then only you attempt it. Else you should not attempt. So it may go wrong. So this is the session which I have, this is the thing which I wanted to discuss with you guys. So I think most of the points I may cover. Yes, madam. Did I cover everything?
Yes, Krishna.
So any questions from your side, you can just
Yes.
talk to me, or else you can post the questions in the
Chat
chat.
box. Actually, they have a lot of questions. I kept all of them on mute. Why? Because it will be like too messy. I'll read out the questions, the very important questions. You can answer them. First of all, I am very thankful for the session. Why? Because you have covered the points which they haven't covered in the last 3-4 webinars.
One second, I switch off the AC. 1 second, I switch off the AC. Sorry, please.
Sure. I'll read out. First of all, every time I'll ask this question as a priority basis. Does the experience needed, like for attempting the drug inspector examination? Even though they know, but they wanted to listen from drug inspector.
See, as of when I have attempted in the 2019, I was only having the 6 months of 6 months. I have joined in the August 2019 in the doctorates. Then I attempted the question paper, and then my interview was in December 2019, right? So I was having only of 6 months of experience. See, the experience in this case, the experience is not mandatory. You might have gone through the notification that they have not given the mandatory. It is written as provided that if you provide that if you provide your experience, that will helps you, right, for deserving that post. Are you people fine with the English? When I take lectures, when I in the interaction, so I don't go with the Telugu. That it has become నాకు ఒక అది అట్లా అయిపోయింది. So at a habit.
Actually, most of the students in this session, if you are from North India also, it is like English is preferable.
Oh, very good. So I can speak in Hindi also. So you are welcome to
Yes,
ask.
you can. And one more question, few now like they kept an request about this age. Why? Because the age is like 30, 33 and 35 for reservation categories. Will they increase? Will they accept that for the upcoming notifications?
One more thing I forgot to forget. I think I have added the qualification criteria. I think I have added, right? So for general category, you must obtain the 50% of the marks, right? For OBC, you need to obtain 45% of marks. For reserved categories like SC, ST, you need to obtain the 40% of the marks in the written examination. For PWD also, you need to obtain 40%. See, in case of in the age consideration, the UPSC will not entertain, right? If the people crosses whatever the criteria they have given. I have not read, I have not focused much. For who are on the government post, they will be considered as an ex-servicemen, or who are as on the who are as service people. So they will be relaxed. They can apply up to the 40 years of age. And there is a age relaxation for reserved categories like SC, ST and PWD. I think there may not be the relaxation for general people, which I feel. So when I have gone through the notification, madam.
Can you just orally say you have said about important topics to cover in each subject, like that? Can you please? It's like orally also no issues. Can you please convey what are the important books for like each subject? Once
See,
today's she was asked.
for pharmacology, I feel Rangadale is the best book. You do not go through the whole fruit. If you have taken the banana, or if you take the orange, if you want to make juice, right? What do you do? So you will peel off and you will put into the grinder. You will take the whatever the juicy material or whatever the non-fibrous material, right? So likewise, when you go through the books, do not matter whatever the there in the book, right? Whatever the matter which is there in the book, and directly dumping into the brain, that brain does not accept such things. So what I feel, whatever the conceptual concepts are there, and whatever the recommendations, like whatever the areas I have focused, right? Like classification, like uses, like adverse events, adverse effects, like contraindications. So these mechanism of actions of drugs. So these are the point of areas we need to focus. So while reading the books, you need to keep these points in mind, then you study. There are lots of concepts are there, but there are research oriented concepts also.
Yes.
You should not go through the such topics. So I feel these areas are enough. See, you are not here to obtain the PhD degree. In PhD degree, they'll be take one topic and they go in deep, and they do research. So I feel in the in these examination, competitive examinations, you should not be dumping all the unwanted stuffs in mind. So that is the case which I prefer you people to only point out these areas. So I have given blanks to you to read. Right.
And next question is like, it is your choice to answer. How would be the annual increment? If it is the right platform, you can answer. If not, we'll skip the question.
See, as far as concerned, right, comparing to the corporate as well as government institutions. So we are like investigation agency only, like CBI, like enforcement directorate. But we are concerned about the drugs. Regulation of drugs means you're like an investigating officer. So this is the very sensitive post where you are sitting on. So you need to act according to the CCS conduct rules strictly. The other thing here about the annual increment, see, as whatever the increment I already told you, there is a DNS allowances is about 3 to 4%. You may see the in news and there will be 50%. Sorry, there is a increment in the 3% of increment, 3 to 4% of increment annually on the basic salary, and DNS allowances will be increased every 6 months. So, and other thing which I want to talk about here. So when compared to the corporate, you need to focus on your projects only. But when you join the as a drug inspector, right, you will be accorded with one area jurisdiction, right? In that area, whichever the complaint you will receive, you have to investigate that complaint according to the complaint, the points which has been noted in the complaints, right? And you also need to go for the compliance purpose for issuing of new licenses, right? And you need to go the you need to seize, and you need to seize non-compliant drugs. You need to freeze drugs. You need to take samples, and you need to after receiving of NSQ, you need to go through the many steps for investigation. So that will be secondary point that is not asked in the examination. So it will be asked in the examination only.
Next question is, sir, can you explain about the age criteria? You said for this notification OBC, they will consider only Delhi locals. So
Yes.
the age limit for OBC also falls under OC?
It is for reserved for them only, madam, for Delhi people. I don't know. After our batch, after 2019 batch, they have amended the rules. I don't know what was happened exactly. So maybe due to the court orders, or due to the CCS conduct rules, they might amended this rule. So I don't know exactly. So what was happened exactly for amending this rule? Okay, madam.
Yeah. When is your sir? When is your joining year as a drug inspector? I think.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, madam.
Yeah. So they're asking when is your joining year as a drug inspector?
I have joined as a drug inspector post-COVID in the September. So 2019, 31st, it was a celebration for every people. So I have celebrated with this, results.
Actually, I have answered, but they wanted to listen from you. That's why. So the next question is actually somebody asking about interview, but what Krishna and myself we planned. He said that like we will keep separate session for interview. Why? Because it's a very lengthy. So somebody is asking about the interview. It's not. This is especially for the one who is attempting 19th exam. So please we'll stick on that and we'll have a separate session for that.
See, madam, just I want to suggest one thing. So don't mind people. So it may be feel you funny, but it is for educational purpose or funny talk. See, when wife gets pregnant, right? You are carrying baby on that first trimester of the pregnancy. So you should wait up to get parturated, right?
Yes.
So after getting parturition, so you need to take care of. So I feel what for answering MCQ, attempting this examination, the skills are enough right now. I feel. So if anybody wants, they can stay here, stay back. So I'll give you, for them also, I'll give you the best suggestions how to answer the, interview, how to attempt the answers in the interview. So don't mind my request, right? So this is not right time, I feel, to discuss.
You discussed something about this OMR questions and everything. At that time, I think I got this question from Kuldeep. He is asking that they will allow you to write anything on the question paper. He's asking.
You will be provided for a calculation or for you want to write anything. So they will provide you a separate sheet which you wanted to calculate something or which you wanted to write something. They will provide you blank sheets to you, right? We also have been provided at that time. So not required to write on the question paper. So I feel so that will you keep it as it is, and then you keep for reference in future.
And this for state drug inspector, we are having this general studies. Every time I ask the same question, and I'm asking you also, general studies like quality, history, economy. I think like for central, do we have that?
See, madam, general studies will not be asked in the examination. So they have extra syllabus, I told you, right? So in listed syllabus, I have shown in between. So in the listed syllabus, they have mentioned about emphasized about the English alphabetical questions will be asked. जैसे कि A is bigger than C, C is bigger than B. So likewise they'll ask.
What could be the ideal number of questions out of 150 that we can attempt?
See, madam, it depends upon the capacity of the people. So as much they have studied, they can attempt as they can. And I feel if they do not have knowledge of that question, so not to touch that question. So it may go wrong. So the negative mark may be, mark for that question, and the positive marks will be deducted, right, for the negative mark.
Sir, for this August 19th exam, if we fall under OBC and have 30 years, then are we eligible? I think yes.
I think for general people, they are giving age criteria 33. I'm sure. Am I sure?
Yeah, it is 33.
I may not sure. So you will be considered as a OBC people of rest of the states apart from Delhi. They are considered as a general people. So if you have applied in the OBC, you will be not considered as a OBC, but you will be considered as a general category people. So you are competing not with the OBC people. Keep in mind that, and you are writing and competing with the general people. So you must go through thorough with the syllabus.
Thank you. Can contract employee is considered as ex-serviceman, sir?
Madam, I do not know idea of that. So
Okay.
I'm not the right person that answering questions. That question.
As I said, like we will answer this question in the interview session. Okay. Sir, how many questions came from GK? Like while you are attempting, how many questions came from GK?
I can tell you about the syllabus because I'm not the MCQ framer, so I'm not the right person to suggest you. So Dr. Jyoti Madam, I suggest have to bring the whosoever the examiner, whosoever the framing the questions. So may
Surely.
right. So yeah, madam.
Shall I have your number, sir? He will not give his number, mail ID to anyone. To me also. I will share his Krishna sir mail ID. So if you have any queries, you can pose, Anita. Sir, as exam date came in short period, couldn't finish complete syllabus. How could we approach?
I think short period में नहीं आया था, पर you already know that notification, post notification you will be get the exam notification within the year. I think this notification was a year back. So UPSC has been accorded 1 year of time to you. So after applying your that exam, you must have you must have utilized that 1 year of period. That is much enough, right? Much enough to for preparing that exam. So for that, I suggest you to study as you can. So the appointed area which I have noted. So if possible, I'll share the PDF of that notepad which I have noted. So I'll share you according to that. You can read. So I'm not available every time, right? So
Yeah.
just better, right?
Give me one answer. Schedule C drug analytical means.
See, Schedule C, whatever the parenterals, right? Parenterals and whatever the special products which are like some drugs which are given via parenterally, vaccine, sera, like there are special products there. So these are the Schedule C products. Analytical means which you analyze such products.
Sure. Sagar, ma'am, I wanted to talk to Krishna sir. Sagar, I can't give Krishna sir's number, but if he is okay, I can give his mail ID.
Madam, आप open करिए ना. That you can unmute them and they can speak.
Actually, if I unmute, all will once I'll show you. I'll unmute, but it will be a lot of disturbance at a time. Just a moment.
Once you unmute and later you can unmute it.
Yeah.
Is anybody, if you want to interact, you can.
You can directly interact.
I'm very
you can unmute yourself, but please, others, please be on mute.
So I'm very happy to interact with the people. So I was also at your stage once upon a time. So I couldn't able to get, suggestions much, right? So I want to be available for you till the exam. So I'm free to discuss now.
And if you want, you can open on your videos also. Please come on video mode, please.
You can interact. Okay.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Anuj, please speak up.
Good evening.
You wanted to ask anything, Anuj?
Can I unmute the guy who want to speak?
Yeah, they are all on unmute. They can unmute themselves now.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, my question is like CDC C1 drug special products like oral solid dosage from antibiotics products and like antibiotics experience
Can you?
replicas and manufacturing.
I'm not able to hearing, madam. Just once
Like
repeat the question.
his network is not. I think there was some network issue. If any others want to interact, you can. Sanya?
सर
हाँ, कौन बात कर रहे हैं? सागर.
సాగర్ సార్ సిలబస్ లో కొన్ని ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇచ్చారు కదా సార్, అది ఒకసారి ఏమంటారు సార్ వాటి గురించి?
అర్థం అవ్వలేదు సాగర్.
సిలబస్ కొంచెం ఎక్కువ ఇచ్చారు కదా సార్, కొన్ని ఎక్స్ట్రా మ్యాటర్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రా.
ఓకే,
అది ఒకసారి నేను స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయాలా సార్ ఒకసారి, ఒక 1 minute?
నేను పీడిఎఫ్ ఇస్తాను.
లేదు సార్, అంటే నా దగ్గర పీడిఎఫ్ ఉంది. అంటే ఇప్పుడు జీకాట్ కి ప్రిపేర్ అయిన సిలబస్ ఇంకా ఇందులో వేరే ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉన్నాయి సార్ సిలబస్.
ఏ క్వశ్చన్ అంటే నేను పీడిఎఫ్ షేర్ చేసిందా, నేను రాసిందా, లేకుంటే
అంటే మీరు చెప్పింది కాకుండా ఇంకా వేరే కూడా ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉన్నాయి సార్ సిలబస్ లో.
ఏం టాపిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి చెప్పగలుగుతారా సాగర్?
అంటే ల్యాప్టాప్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయొచ్చా మ్యామ్?
మీరా?
మేడం ఆ నోటిఫికేషన్ అనుకుంటాను, సో ఒకసారి పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు నోటిఫికేషన్ కృష్ణ సార్ షేర్ చేసిన నోటిఫికేషన్
అదే అనుకుంటా, ఒకసారి చూపిస్తాను సార్కి, అర్థం అవుతుంది కదా.
మీ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయండి.
మీకు షేరింగ్ స్క్రీన్ ఉందా ఆప్షన్?
ఉంది.
యా చేయండి. జాయిన్ మీటింగ్ కాదు.
కనిపిస్తుందా మ్యామ్? ఇది స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవుతుందా మ్యామ్?
కనిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే,
మీ స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుంది. మీరు డైరెక్ట్ గా మీరు ఏ డాక్యుమెంట్ చేయాలనుకున్నారో అది ఓపెన్ చేసి చూపించండి. ఇది నెట్ లో పెట్టారు. ఇది ఒరిజినల్ డాక్యుమెంట్ కాదు. ఇది
కాదా మ్యామ్? ఇది
ఆథెంటికేటెడ్ కాదు ఇది సాగర్. అంటే కృష్ణ వరకు అక్కర్లేదు ఇంత చిన్న క్వశ్చన్. యాక్చువల్లీ సమ్ నెట్ లో పెట్టేస్తున్నారు అన్నమాట. ఇది
అదే మ్యామ్, ఈ సిలబస్ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ గా ఉంది. ఇందులో సెపరేట్
సంథింగ్
ఇది నాట్ అథెంటికేటెడ్ సిలబస్.
ఇది కాదు. నేను 2015 నుంచి చూస్తున్నాను. ఇందాక కృష్ణ ఏదైతే షేర్ చేశారో అదే మనకి ఆథెంటికేటెడ్ అన్నమాట.
ఓకే మ్యామ్. ఓకే.
ఓకే. ఎనీ అదర్స్? మీరు స్టాప్ షేరింగ్ చేసేయచ్చు.
Hi sir.
ఓకే.
Sir, I am Selva Ganesh from Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Sir, I have 2 doubts, sir.
Please ask, Selva.
Sir, in syllabus, investigational skills and GCP, what is follow the notes, sir?
There is investigational skill is different and GCP is different. GCP is the good clinical practice, that is a ICH guideline, and
How can you
investigational
get
skill is different.
notes from that?
Investigation means it is nothing that suppose you sample. So DI usually do the sampling, right? So whenever the DI does the sampling, if the sample completed, if sample reported as a not of standard quality, he will investigate that matter. That means if suppose sample is reported as not of standard quality in the retail pharmacy, so retail pharmacy would have purchased that drug from the wholesale premises. That means DI will obtain the purchase bill of that drug, and he will establish the each stage until to the manufacturer. He will establish the link between the retailer to till the manufacturer. So are you which language you are comfortable in?
Tamil, sir. Tamil.
So Tamil, I supposed to learn Tamil now.
English okay, sir.
Right?
English comfortable. English comfortable.
English. Did you get my point? See,
Yes,
suppose if drug inspector takes a sample from the point A means retailer. So if the whatever the sample which reported as a not of standard quality, so that drug inspector starts investigation that where that retailer has brought the drug, where that retailer has purchased the drug. Now this drug inspector starts the action from retailer to till the manufacturer. He establishes the link chain, like distribution chain, by taking the purchase order, by taking the sale bill, by taking the purchase bill, right, to till the manufacturer, right? So this is the establishing of chain between manufacturer to till the retailer to the consumer, that is retailer. So that is called as investigation. That is what the drug inspector does. But in between there are many interventions will be there. So each steps we need to follow some procedures according to the complaint or according to the investigation discretion or discretion of the thought of the drug inspector. The drug inspector will act accordingly. So establishing of a chain of distribution is the main investigation point. Suppose if drug are reported as a spurious, matlab it is nakli. Nakli means which is false, fake drug. That means in that case, the concern, the whatever the labeled manufacturer will not be manufacturing the drug. Right? Suppose Dolo is there. Dolo is manufactured by the micro laboratories. If Dolo imitated Dolo manufacturing, Dolo paracetamol drug manufactured by someone else apart from the micro laboratories, that means the drug is fake. The drug is spurious. In that case, the drug inspector starts the investigation at that point from the retailer to till the manufacturer. If in this case, in spurious case, manufacturer tells that we also go into the manufacturing plant, they will give the statement that we have not manufactured this batch, this particular brand from our premises. For that, if you go through the GMP, in that GMP, they're supposed to retain the control samples. Whatever the batch they have manufactured, they retain some retained samples with them. Right? So by comparison of that retained control sample, they compare whatever the sample which have sent to the manufacturer, and they will confirm by the physical parameters, physical comparison, that the spurious drug as well as control sample, they match each parameter, that like chemical, physical, right, whatever the parameters they usually checking, they check and they report us. Then we start investigation. We also record the points from the manufacturer also, that we have not manufactured, we have not done this, so we have not manufactured this batch of so and so this drug. We all check. We are not depending on their words. We all check all the manufacturing batch records, right? Log books, right? And the foil, aluminum foil is there, right? Aluminum foil printing style. So we all check all this. So investigational skills as far as concerned in the examination point of view. So you may not observe questions, since the MCQ being framed by the professor, not the drug inspector, not the controlling officer, not the CDSU, not any drug control department. So I suggest purely that most of the technical questions will be observed from the syllabus point of view, and the question paper which is being framed by the person who is from the academic background, so they may not having the Drug and Cosmetic Act knowledge, they may not having the investigational skills, they given as a syllabus, right? UPSC can authenticate the syllabus, right? So but I think you may not get question, right? 99%.
In GMP, sir, in GMP, we will follow Drug and Cosmetics Act.
Yes.
That's enough.
What is the GMP? What you are asking about exactly?
Good manufacturing practice.
So
GMP and GCP. Written notes for Drug and Cosmetics Act from government is enough, sir.
I'm not clear with the question. Can you pardon?
Sir, in syllabus, GMP and GCP, the notes from the Drug and Cosmetics Act.
And that is enough. That is enough.
Enough.
We do not
Okay,
go
sir.
beyond the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Drug and Cosmetic
Okay.
Act for drug inspector is Bible, Quran, Bhagavad Gita, everything.
Sir, Schedule M and Schedule Y.
Schedule Y has been omitted. Schedule Y has been omitted. Now apart from the Schedule Y, they have published a new clinical trial guidelines.
New clinical trial and drug act 2019 is okay, sir.
That is clinical trial. See, you should be prepared with the technical syllabus, not the enforcement or not but the forensic much. So you should not go in deep inside that acts.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Somebody,
Good
Shubham is asking.
Good evening,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Yes, Sriram.
Hello, sir. Yeah, this is Sriram, sir.
Oh, Sriram,
I'm
please,
from
please.
Chettinad School of Academy and Research and Education, sir.
Where?
I'll be doing final year B Pharm, sir.
Where? Which institute you are?
Chettinad Academy of Research and Education in Tamil Nadu, sir, near to Chennai.
Please speak up.
Yeah, I'm doing final year B Pharm, sir. After completing B Pharm, is there any experience I need to acquire to join the DA, or I can directly write a DA exam, sir?
See, in this notification, I am clearly telling you the experience which has been published in the notification is not mandatory. If you provide that experience that is good enough, that you will be deserved or you will be considered as a for the post. So it is not mandatory. If someone who is not with the manufacturing, so you not think that you will not be recruited. You're having chance. The UPSC is giving chance to you to write. Right, if you perform well over the experienced people, so you will be considered as your marks and your academic backgrounds, right, and weightage, right?
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you very much. And one more question, sir. Which is the proper website to receive the notification, sir? Exam notification. I didn't get a proper website in UPSC, not in TNPC, sir.
I am very crazy about the Facebook first. So I'm telling about my history, right? My story. I am very crazy about the Facebook, which I often use scrolling up and down of the news feed. So I like many Facebook pages, which I feel very important for me. You also may do that, right? Instead of following the comedy videos, movie videos, just switch your notifications in the Facebook. So you can also follow the EsPharma. So they will provide you best notification time to time within point of time, right?
Yeah,
So
okay,
one suggests from me that if you want to understand any jurisprudence lectures, so madam, is it okay?
Sir posted about your channel in the chat box.
I'll post my channel in the box. So you can
recently started one YouTube channel. He is posting a good videos. Please kindly can you share it in the chat box about your the link. Sir will provide you the link. Please follow his doing good videos.
I am not having much time to frame videos. So
I think sir already posted once. Once just you go. Is it the link?
I'm sharing once. So meanwhile, you can ask questions.
You can ask your questions.
Yeah,
Good
okay,
evening,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. And other than one, sir. Hello.
Hannah is asking some question. Yes, Hannah.
Ma'am, my concern is regarding age, ma'am. Actually, it is 30 years, no, ma'am, for OC.
But it is like you said OBC, right?
Yeah, but sir said no, for Delhi, they are considering OBC as OC.
Okay.
So
Yes,
that
go on.
right,
Once come again. Is this question for me or madam?
You only. You are busy.
Yes. आपको क्वेश्चन बताएंगे थोड़ा सा. what question you have asked exactly?
सर वही अभी आपने बोला था ना सर, एज लिमिट ओबीसी के लिए 33 है एक्चुअली. तो
First you whether relaxation is there or not, you are asking about, like, right? That
yes sir.
See which state you belong to.
तेलंगाना सर.
You will be not considered as OBC, okay? You will be considered as a general. So
Okay.
as the relaxation given for the general people, you follow that criteria.
Okay, so right now it is 30 years only, no sir? You said 33, but
I told in continuation that I'm not sure. So once you go through the notification.
okay. So definitely the OBC, they will not consider us, sir.
In notification, they mention strictly.
Okay. Only for this notification. Remaining, they will consider.
Madam, I don't know exactly. So we have to go through the notification. There may be amendments of that notification. So we are not the framers of notification. So the examination agency frames the notification as per the department requirement. So we cannot say that this notification, same criteria will be allowed for next notifications. There is time to time amendments are there.
Okay.
And one more thing, most of the vacancies are there in the DSSB Delhi pharmacist. So the starting salary is about 50,000. So if people wanted to apply, they can. I think there is notification might ended. So once you could check that notification, please.
Okay.
Actually, she's asking, I think you want to tell that the amendments may vary for notification to notification, right?
Yes.
Based upon their requirement.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. And Shubham is asking, since so long, what is the books to refer from for cognacy? I think in syllabus copy now, what they release, there is no cognacy topic, I think.
Madam, they will ask question, but you refer the Cocatic. That is the best book I referred as of now. So I have not gone through that big book. I don't know which book it is that. So there is big book. Don't go through that. That is how you can do the agriculture in your farmings, right? So that is very big book. So for your examination point of view, you go through the CK Cocatic.
They're asking some personal question. What's your age while joining the job? They wanted to know your personal experience, how you have prepared.
When I appeared for my UPSC examination, I was 25, and when I joined UPSC, that drug inspector post, I was 26. Now I am 29.
Can you please, for 2 minutes, can you please share your experience, like how you have prepared consistently for how many months for getting into drug inspector?
Yes, madam, sure.
This is like question from Harika, but this is a question from everyone, even
sure.
myself.
Definitely, I share my experience here. See, what I have done initially, when I have completed my graduation. During my graduation, I have joined for coaching, coaching center, and I was nothing at the time. Since I was not knowing about the English, how to read, because I was from Telugu media background till +2. I was not knowing vocabulary. You may know vocabulary. So vocabulary, I was not knowing that. I know only is, was, were. These where I also not knowing about this, where to use and how to use. So during my graduation, I have taken coaching also for this English Vita coaching center, English coaching center. Since I was not knowing about English, so from there I'm speaking this much of English from their standards only. So after that, in 2015, I was facing problem for attempting questions, right? Even answering the questions, I do not know grammatically, I was very wrong. But I don't know how JNT people have considered my answer sheets, right? I'm very thankful to them, right? But I was dumping every point in my mind, everything. So there are some materials for as per the PCI. So for every topic, for I think mid exams are there, right? For before 2 days of the mid exams, I was sitting for that, and so I was dumping everything in my mind. I do not know at the time what to study, what not to, and later on, so I joined the Vita coaching center, and then after the English completion, English grammar coaching, then I started X coaching center. And at that time, I started struggling like anything. I became like thin, right? I do not know what was going in my life, but they have given me overview how to study for the GPAT. First time I have not cracked any GPAT since uh, it was the time me to learn only the technical points, whatever the pharmacy. There are typical words, right? Typical fibrillation, ventricular fibrillation, right? There are like some points, uh, heart, what points? Heart failure, I think, fibrillation. There are some ventricular fibrillation. There are some points are there. Typical words are there. So it was the time me to learn such points because I was not knowing the English. It may, my history, my story may looks funny, but because I was from the Telugu media background, you may are lucky that you are from English media, that you can understand, right? So I sat myself after B.Pharm. I was not knowing anything to do. I was not seeing my future. I was blind about my future. So after that coaching center, I did not pass it. Felt very bad. It was the time me to bother about and లోపల నేను అసలు కుమిలిపోతున్నాను. So that was the time where I come from. I started reading seriously in GPAT at the coaching center while pursuing my graduation. So it was the time me to take up the bus, board the bus, and go to the college, come back to the coaching center, and you should read that this you should make notes. So that was the time which was passed away. After completion of my graduation, I was scored only 64% of marks. That means I was an average student. Don't think, you people, that you are an average student. I think this may not be the example for you. So this was the struggle I have faced. So you can take it as an example, suggest to you, right? So I was a average student at that time. 64% means it is nothing. People who are pursuing now, it is nothing for you. You can achieve easily. You may have rankers, you may have PhD, you may have cracked NIPER. But after that, I have cleared my PG set. I joined JNTUH. In JNTUH, I was very, I was not focusing on pharmacognosy, M.Pharm. I was in M.Pharm. I have not focused on academics. I thought these are bullshits. That is my prospect, which I have thought. So I have not shared with anyone. I have not bothered anyone at that time. So I started myself to sit in the libraries for time, longer period of time, and I made my notes. I made my everything, right? So I started preparing my own notes rather going every time in the textbooks. It was very difficult. That point to this point, it is connecting, is very connecting of one point to other point in the competitive examination. It is very difficult. So I started writing my notes, and then I prepared, going through notes my again and again. And finally I cracked GPAT. After going to GPAT, I started teaching. I was having enough confidence in the NIPER second year. So I became I tutor at some X coaching center in the Delhi, and I started my teaching. I was in contact with the syllabus day to day. I was thorough with the syllabus. So that was helped me to sit in this place, right? So build your confidence among yourself. Time to time you go through your points, note whatever the noted points, you make your classification book, right? So I'm very big concern about the pharmacology. So if you see my YouTube channel, most of the videos are from the pharmacology only, right? So I'm very passionate about teaching of pharmacology and reading of pharmacology, delivering lectures in the pharmacology. So I became at that level. So I came to that level. Later on, I got selected, right, for the Dr. Reddy's. I have worked for 1 year. Meanwhile, I have applied for this drug inspector notification exam also in 2019. Then I was in working with the Dr. Reddy's, and I have given the exam, and then I cleared my exam. Then I thought that interview may be a headache for me since I was attempting for the first time. So interview is about completely about the how you are behaving. So what is your mind telling? What is your mind is expressing? That is the main important in the interview. That I will take another session. But at the time they asked more questions in technicality. They have not asked much about the personal building, but they have asked few questions which really movies lo చూపిస్తారు కదా, MS Narayana and Brahmanandam పొగరెళ్ళిపోతా ఉంటాయి. It was like that. So finally I faced the interview, and I was not having confidence at the time that I will I will be selected at that post, for that post or not. So finally result came, and I've seen my results. So finally I felt happy.
It was a great experience. Actually, suddenly he used to take classes. Actually, he said one day he used to work for Dr. Reddy's, and Saturdays he used to take classes for us. And suddenly he said like he was selected for drug inspector as a drug inspector. It was great journey, and you got a very lengthy question, Krishna.
No, madam, please let me know what is the question, madam.
Yes, yes. Hello, Krishna sir. I hope this message finds you well. I recently attended your webinar and found it very informative. I have a question regarding the Drug and Cosmetics Act. During the webinar, you mentioned that certain disease might not be directly mentioned on the official website. However, I have noticed that on various medical platforms like Tata MG and Nedmeds, these diseases are directly mentioned.
I don't know what is the question, madam. Once you unmute her, Sagar Satish, true. So
It
once
was-
I unmute her, so
I have. Can I post you?
Hello sir, good evening sir.
please.
हा सर, मला असा प्रश्न विचारायचा होता, ड्रग अँड कॉस्मेटिक ऍक्ट नुसार काही असे 18 डिसीज आहे की आपण ते डायरेक्टली वेबसाईट वर मेन्शन नाही करू शकत फॉर्म्युलेशन
भाई
मध्ये.
आप मराठी में बात कर रहे हैं, इंग्लिश
हे
में बात
आमच्या
कर रहे हो
एक
भाई?
ड्रग इन्स्पेक्टरनं मला सांगितलं.
नहीं मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ. You can speak
मराठीमध्ये
in
बोलत
English.
आहे सर, मराठी बोललं चालेल?
हम नहीं मराठी बोलते भाई.
ओके सर, हिंदी में बात की तो चलेगा सर?
हाँ, हिंदी में चलेगा, हम हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं.
हेलो सर, जब मैंने एक फार्मूलेशन बनाया था हार्ट डिसीज पर कार्डियो जाम करके, तब मैं हमारे यहाँ के जो ड्रेन से
हाँ, बात करिए.
हाँ हेलो सर,
प्लीज.
जब मैंने हेलो
हाँ प्लीज आवाज आ रही है आपकी.
हेलो
आवाज आ
You
रही है.
can.
अगर आप बता सकते हैं, आप डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए क्या?
I posted you on WhatsApp, Krishna. The
Okay.
same question.
No, मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ what question is exactly. You are talking about the e-pharmacies or the formulations which is mentioned on the Tata MG, and there are some e-pharmacies, right? They keep mentioning the data over there. So you are talking about that or e-pharmacies. I am not clear with your question. So it is bit confusion for me. It is bit confusion for me that if you speak, if you clear me your question, so I feel very happy to answer you.
Yes, no issues with Krishna. Satish is asking about interview. Satish will keep a separate session. It's already too late. As Krishna said, we'll keep a separate session for interview after this 19th exam.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
Yes, Sai. हाँ बताइए ना, बात करिए आप.
Sir, for this exam, the shortlisted candidates are only taking that exam only for that 19th.
मैं समझ नहीं पाया था. मिस्टर शेख बताएंगे, थोड़ा सा रिपीट करेंगे आपका क्वेश्चन.
Sai Krishna is asking that only shortlisted candidates are eligible for writing this 19th exam అని అడుగుతున్నారు.
No.
ఇది మనము ఎగ్జామ్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ అప్లై చేసాం.
I think you are not clear with the syllabus that the criteria, selection criteria you have. So you might not gone through the criteria. Here you will be the criteria which is given in the notification is the written test is eligible for it is extended for everyone. The written test which is going to be conducted on August 19, you all people are eligible. But for interview, you need to qualify the minimum marks. You need to obtain the minimum marks. That minimum marks which I discussed for twice. So I can give you again. General and economic and vehicle section, you need to obtain the 50% of marks. OBC from Delhi, they need to obtain the 45% marks. SC, ST as well as PWD, they should obtain the 40% of marks. This is the criteria the following by the UPSC. That means this time competition may be huge since they kept the marks criteria that you people need to obtain much more marks. If someone else is having equal marks according to you, that means interview they may get better marks to you, so they will be selected. So I feel you need to study much more. You need to attempt the much questions in the examination.
Thank you, Krishna. Keep the session open for another 3 minutes. Please ask some valid questions, then we'll close the session.
Sir, hello, sir.
Apart from drug
Hello, sir. Sir, how many months required to complete this course, sir? Preparation, solid preparation, and how many months you take to crack this exam, sir?
For me, you are asking about or for your preparation view? For you.
Generally and for you.
For myself, you are asking about, madam. He's
Yeah,
asking
sir.
about.
Yeah.
See, there is no time period which I kept the time frame. Since I was in touch with the syllabus, so मैंने GPAT में ऐसा नहीं है कि फार्मेसी सिलेबस एक ही बार पढ़ लिया. So I have not gone through the oral pharmacy syllabus at a time. So I was in that condition which I am not able to grasping the English. So from that time to till today also I keep going. If I feel anything doubt in their concepts, I feel to go through the concepts. So there is no limit period for preparation. You need to study, you need to think in broad prospect, where maybe you may get the interpretation question also, that you need to study this topic, that topic, you may the question may be the interpretation view, right? So as far as concerned about the syllabus, you need to go through daily. If you feel that if you forget that syllabus, you should go through again. So human beings, we are not like systems or hard disk that saving all files like hard disk. So memory, it is about the capacity of acetylcholine, which is keep acting in the basal ganglia. So that keep revolving in the basal ganglia. So that stores the memory. So it is not. It is depends upon the how your mental system is working. So I feel you need to go through again and again for the remembering purpose. You may get the concept once, but remembering of concept is very important, that you need to go through the syllabus again and again until you memorize the topic. Sometimes I forget drugs also. So at the time, what I do, I before my class, I definitely once go through that topic to delivering a maximum points.
Yeah, of course, sir. Thank you, sir.
When will be the upcoming UPSC drug inspector exam? Do you have any information, Krishna?
मैडम इसमें ऐसा है, CDSU में कुछ पोस्ट अपडेटेड है, मतलब CDSU has been approved with some posts, drug inspector post, assistant drug controller post. So the notification, the approval paper is with the Dr. Jyoti. So I think for assistant drug controllers, they are though as far I discussed with the CDSU people when I interacted with them, that filled by the promotional basis. For drug inspectors, I don't think they they release notification within a year. It may take 1 year or 2 years for recruitment process. So I'm not sure. It is not my organization. So I'm not, I'm not sure about the CDSU. So the work of CDSU is different and state work is different. What CDSU does, import, export, manufacturing new drug approvals, which is not registered in India, right? That is approved by the CDSU, and import, export they does. And another thing about the CDSU is amending the new laws. Our state people are the administrators. They are not. CDSU people are not administrators. State people are having full-fledged power to investigate anything. They are not. They're not indulging much for the investigation. The scenario which I have seen from the past 3 years since I've joined the organization. So we are more concerned about the administration power, since they are having the amendment power. Hi Anita, how are you?
Hi Krishna, hi, fine. How are you?
Yes. I'm
Asking
fine.
your number, Krishna.
Anita, she was my batchmate.
Yes. I think she is only asking your number. Anita must just kindly text to me my number.
Same
I'll
Anita,
give you
same
Krishna's
number.
number.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations, Krishna.
How are you? Yes, Anita.
Fine.
Thank you.
I know రెడ్డిస్ లో జాయిన్ అయ్యామని తెలుసు కానీ డిఏ వచ్చిందని తెలియదు నాకు, ఇంకా నేను కొంచెం దూరంగానే ఉన్నా, కాంటాక్ట్ లో లేను కదా.
Okay, no issue.
ఓకే, కాల్ చేసి.
Sorry, I'm engaging the personal. So Anita, we'll discuss later. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you everyone, and especially a very special thanks to Krishna Kumar. Sir will take many more upcoming sessions. We already discussed 2 to 3 days back. He will take a separate session for interview. And if you have any queries, so I'll ask his mail ID. Please share any valuable queries to his mail ID. Definitely he'll.
I think, madam, I want to add one point here. I think Anita is the best judge for me, that whatever the incidents what happened in my during graduation, so she's the better person. I feel that she explained better, right? So
Yes,
if you want to know,
Krishna.
you can ask.
Anita, if you wanted
I
to
was pouring
share some మీరు మాట్లాడొచ్చు మీరు ఏమైనా
ఎస్
మీరు మనసులో
నిజం
ఏంటనేది
రియల్లీ కరెక్ట్. ఎందుకంటే మాకు అప్పుడున్న సిచ్యువేషన్స్ కి చాలా స్ట్రగుల్ అయ్యాం మేము. కృష్ణ కూడా చాలా చాలా కష్టపడి వచ్చాడు అప్పటి నుంచి అయినా సరే. ఐ నో హిమ్ వెరీ వెల్. అప్పుడు సిచ్యువేషన్స్ సో ఐ టాక్ లేటర్ మ్యామ్.
Sure, right. Thank you everyone. Thank you Anita, thank you Krishna, thank you very much. We'll come with and all the very best for the students who are writing exam on 19th. Do well. Don't think about the interview now. We'll have a separate full-fledged session for this interview. Sir is always available and he's very, as I said, like he's very passionate. Those are actually, if the student is like ready, he's definitely wanted to take the sessions. So please now don't think about anything about interview. We'll have a separate session on that, and all the very best for the upcoming 19th examination. Thank you Krishna once again.
Yes, all the best all of you. So write the exam very well, right? So best wishes from my side. So I hope everybody, most of the people I see in our organization, so I feel if you come in our organization, I feel very happy to work with you also, right? So thank you very much. So if you come, it will be very support, it will be very making pillar, right? So supporting each other. It will be very grateful, when Telugu people, there are some political issues also there, but I don't want to discuss here. This is the not right platform to discuss. But మన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నప్పుడు we feel better. So person who are from other states and other people, right? So don't think that in negative way. So this is the human tendency that I am expressing here, right? So I'm not blaming someone. I'm not telling someone from who are from other states, right? So when the cordial relationship is there between people, so that organization definitely be successful. But sometimes due to some situations, that cordial relationship will break down, right? As such, it was not happened as of now, right? So always I make cordial relationship with everyone, and that is the main motto, that workplace, we should work with the peace mind. If you have some concerns, some negative aspects, that you will not work better, right? In that organization, you can, if you have some doubts, you cannot ask them better, right? So you cannot approach them if you have some concern about them, some negative about them. So don't keep negative. So humans are having tendency to make wrong or make right or make best. So in this prospect, you think about a person and do not judge the person until you feel if you feel better or something, know about that person completely. So I think I took much time of you. So this is the time for dinner. So thank you Jyoti madam for inviting me. Thank you Uma Shankar ji for inviting me here. So it is the best time. So after a couple of years, I have interacted with you people. So I felt a very best experience with you guys, and hope I answered very well for your questions which you have asked.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much Krishna. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Good evening.
Bye.